Hey everyone, how's it going? Total Level here, and today I just want to talk about how good it is to be a JRPG fan these days. It is amazing, right? So, yeah, not even going to do an opening skit or anything. I just want to talk about JRPGs and how awesome it's been, right? Because we've been getting so many games, we've been spoiled over the years, kind of started in 2017, I would say, with like Zelda Breath of the Wild, original release of Persona 5, at least for us. It came out in Japan in 2016, rest of the world got in 2017, right? And, games like Xenoblade Chronicles 2 and Nier Automata, right? And it's just, the whole genre has revitalized, right? It's just been amazing to see because obviously with Gen 7 consoles, those, there were still good JRPGs, but it was definitely a bit of a downfall for them. We had the rise of a bunch of shooters, right, along with, the Western RPGs. Like, there were amazing Western RPGs during that time, right? But for JRPGs, we had great ones, a lot of them on the 360, as Microsoft was really trying to push JRPGs and just Japanese games in general, trying to get that audience, right? So, you had like Blue Dragon, Lost Odyssey, right? But still, I wouldn't say like a lot of these were, Lost Odyssey was fantastic, but a lot of JRPGs during this time were, there were definitely a lot of misses during that, console generation, but now, like, it seems like every week there's a big release coming in. I wanted to talk about this because, I'm playing the Suikoden 1 HD remaster, and I can't believe we're in an era where we're getting these games now because, the original releases of these games are so expensive and, yeah, kind of ridiculous. And even though there's some digital versions of these, like Suikoden, you can buy digital versions on like PS3 and, Vita, right? But there's, it's just, man, we have been so fortunate, and I think that's part of why sometimes we feel a little too entitled. Like, it's kind of funny, because obviously with social media and of course YouTube and, trying to be the first one to talk about a certain thing when news breaks out on YouTube, right? But, it's a lot of it, I think, too, is because of how spoiled we've been. Like, sometimes we get a little too entitled because, recently we had remaster of Raidu, Devil Summoner game from PS2, and as soon as that got announced, like, people were very excited about it, but all of a sudden it's like, where's Devil Summoner, or Digital Devil Saga 1 and 2, right? And it's like, let's calm down, let's appreciate what we have right now. Like, it's just, yeah, like, we need to slow down a bit, because I wouldn't mind if like 2026, despite the Switch 2 coming out this year, was a bit slower, which I know it won't be, but wouldn't mind a slower year because, man, it has been amazing. And, the fact that I get to play Suikoden now, and, next month will be Lunar, and this year we're getting 4 Trails games. Like, I put a tweet out saying, like, I think there's 3, but I forgot there's actually 4, because, yeah, we got Trails Through Daybreak, we're getting the remake of Sky, the first chapter, and then there's Trails Beyond the Horizon that just got announced, and it's like, geez. And then I forgot about East vs. Trails, PSP game, Japan only, right, which I played a little bit on emulation, and yeah, I quite enjoyed that. Like, not my favorite of any Trails or East stuff, but it was pretty solid kind of arena battler, right? And it's just amazing what we're getting. And, April 2, we're getting highly anticipated of Claire Obscure Expedition 33, which looks amazing. And yeah, I just want to kind of talk about JRPGs. I'll probably do a reel of games we got in 2017 up till now, because it's just been incredible. It's been an incredible experience, and yeah, I'm so excited. I'm so excited for what we get, what's coming, and what's still to come, because you know, there's like Final Fantasy 9, like Square Enix put out a 25th anniversary thing on that, right? So there's rumors again of like the remake, right, of Final Fantasy 9, and you know, of course, Final Fantasy 7 Part 3 will come out at some point, and yeah, it's just, we're getting remakes, remasters, sequels, and just brand new IPs, and you know, all together, and it's awesome. Like, you know, for Falcom, we're going to get a new Tokyo Xanadu at some point, which is cool. It's, you know, a game that's been highly under the radar, right? And it's I'm just beaming, like, I'm I don't know where else to start. Like, I'm doing this whole video just one take only. I don't care how many times I screw up on this and everything. I just want to talk about JRPGs. I want to talk about how awesome it's been, how fun it's been. You know, we've seen the Atelier series just rise back up with Ryza, right? And it's like there's so much, and we got sequels out of nowhere. Like, whether people, you know, like them, or, you know, found them great hidden gems, or found them disappointing, still, it's awesome that we got like a new Soul Hackers and a new World Ends With You, right? It's awesome. And then of course Octopath Traveler, which I think came out originally in 2018 on the Switch and like PC and all that. Like, I think that game you know, that one sort of started the whole HD Bloom effect that we saw with so many pixel art games, and having those remastered and getting, yeah, Star Ocean Second Story. Like, there's so many, and so many to still play through. Like, Star Ocean has revitalized itself too, and, you know, all these franchises that were once kind of thought to be just gone and forgotten, we're getting new ones. Like, you know, Suikoden. It might not be the game everyone wants, but we're still getting a new Suikoden in like this mobile gacha type of game, which could lead to Suikoden 6, right? And that's really, really cool. It's there's so much to play, and I'm still shocked about how many games I still played. And, you know, I've definitely been on that side too of like, man, I wish this would come back, and, you know, oh, where's this game too? Because, yeah, you just, there's so much, and it's like, no, let's try and play a few of these games. Let's try and get through them. But, you know, I keep thinking of games like Sakura Wars that had, you know, a bit of a mild reboot in like 2019, and I kind of don't like how Sega did that one, just because it's like it's exclusive to PS4. It was kind of set to sort of fail, right? Like, it's such a good game, but, you know, Sega definitely didn't like set it up that great, right? Because it should be a game that's at least on PC and Switch at this point, right? Just to help it out a little bit, because it is such a cool game. And yeah, there's so many awesome ones. Like, for Nintendo and the Switch, like, this is the first time since the Super Nintendo era that we've seen this many JRPGs on the system, this much support for, you know, third party and all that since the Super Nintendo for them, right? Because handheld systems like Game Boy Advance, DS, and 3DS, there were a lot. Like, yes, Game Boy and Game Boy Color, like, yeah, we had Pokemon and, you know, but there wasn't that many RPGs there or anything like that. But for Game Boy Advance, DS, 3DS, we had quite a bit. But again, those are handhelds. Those are, you know, not going to be as higher budgets or whatever. But now we're just getting like the Switch has just killed it. And yeah, I can't wait for the Switch 2, where this video's being uploaded an hour before the Switch 2 presentation starts, right? Like, I don't really imagine this video's going to do that well, at least not for Wednesday, April 2nd, because I'm sure the whole talk, whether the Switch 2 presentation, like, exceeds expectations or it's a bit more of a letdown, because no matter what, it's going to be amazing. It's going to be amazing to see, even if we don't really get a whole lot shown that we would like to see. Still, it's going to be awesome. It's going to be talked about. So yeah, we could see more JRPGs being announced there, and oh man, it's incredible. It's incredible to be a JRPG fan at this point. It's so fun. There are countless games, so many that I still have to play and beat, and and especially like starting with 2023, it's just been non-stop, because I would say from 2019 to 2022, they've been a lot slower. We still had amazing ones of like Xenoblade Chronicles 3 and Final Fantasy 7 Remake, the update of Persona 5 with Royal, right, and things like that, but those years have been a bit slower. But 2023 and to now, it's just, it won't stop. I mean, we've had a week in 2024 where we had Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth, Persona 3 Reload, and Grand Blue Fantasy Relink all come out in that same week, with Persona 3 and Grand Blue being a day apart. Like, and yeah, definitely wish like the industry would slow down just a little bit, because that's for sure part of the reason, unfortunately we're seeing a lot of closures and all that, because, supply, like, there's a lot of supply with not enough demand for a lot of these, where people have to kind of pick and choose which ones they kind of play at the at that point and things like that. But man, it's just there's so much out there and so much to play, and what it's all amounted to too is it's made me want to play so many older games too, because I'm excited, I'm beaming, I'm just like, I want to play them all. So, like, I've gone back and replayed a few games like Radiata Stories. I've been playing a little bit of Wizard of Oz Beyond the Yellow Brick Road again, and everything like that, because I've just been having so much fun playing these older games, along with checking out older JRPGs too for the first time, and just there's so much to play and digest, and yeah, it's such an incredible experience. It's so good to be a JRPG fan these days. It even if for whatever reason, like, the industry just decides, like, we're not getting a JRPG for a year, we're still going to be playing these games that we've been getting since 2017 for the next few years. Like, unless, you have some people that definitely just blow by certain games, do reviews and move on to the next game, right? But for so many of us, it's like there's a lot that we're fed, and yet we're still hungry for more. It's I love this. So yeah, I just want to rave about this. I just want to talk about it because, man, I am so happy. I know a lot of you are happy too. Like, the fact that 2024 or 2025, sorry, we're going to be caught up with all the Trails games now, where before we had to wait years before we get the next one. Like, it's just awesome. Like, I know some people don't really like the what NIS has done with some of the dialogue and things like that, but for me, it's just, I am so happy that we get these games localized. I'm happy that we get to play them, experience them, and there's something for everybody now. There's, if you want strategy, tactical RPGs, there's a bunch of them in, like, Fire Emblem, Tactics Ogre remake, you got Triangle Strategy, you got Unicorn Overlords, like, there's so much, and for turn-based, there's a ton, and, I could list so many of, Dragon Quest 11 and Persona stuff and things like that, but, and then action ones, we've been getting a lot those, Final Fantasy Remake and Rebirth and Grand Blue, and yeah, it's just been an incredible experience, incredible journey, so yeah, I just want to talk about this, have fun with this, and I think you're going to see quite a few videos of mine just talk about newer and older JRPGs and just raving about them, ones I love, and because so much of this has brought out so much nostalgia, so much of my childhood. I wish Pokemon games these days could do the same thing. Like, that's the only thing I would say is, like, Pokemon games, man, like, I wish they were better than they are right now, but hey, still have a ton to play, so yeah, thank you all so much for watching. Let me know in the comments down below what you think of this JRPG renaissance, right? It's been incredible, and I, besides like the Super Nintendo Genesis days, I can't remember a time where we got this many on like every single platform that we could play of our choice, because even Xbox, like, they might be missing a good number of games and series like Falcom titles and all that, but there's still a lot to play on there, right? But yeah, it's it's been a long while since we've had this JRPG type of experience, but let me know what you guys think down below about all this and what you think of the JRPGs we've been getting and which ones you're looking forward to and everything like that. Thank you so much for watching. Yeah, always appreciate it and always love talking JRPGs with all of you. So yeah, thank you, and I'll see you next time. Thanks everyone. Have a great rest of your day. Hey everyone, thanks for watching. Really appreciate it. If you enjoyed what you saw, be sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe to see more. Also follow me on X, Twitch, Bluesky, and I am back on Facebook now. All links will be on my About page, so follow me there. Even if it's just for the skits I do, I need someone to follow me. Okay, probably not the best way to encourage people, but anyways, I'll see you next time. Have a great day, everyone!